brain. My body was completely wasting away. I started researching everything related to building my muscle back again. That's when I learned about the potential of HMB plus vitamin D3 and what they can do when it comes to helping build new muscle.
So Tony developed high-impact protein by Power Life.
Just add 1 scoop of high-impact protein to a glass of water or your morning smoothie and enjoy the effects of that boss molecule and factory worker combination, reshaping your body each and every day. More energy, burn more fat, and probably drop a few pounds along the way.
High-impact protein by Power Life is a tasty once-a-day powder that comes in either whey or plant protein. Go to mypowerlife.com and use code MUSCLE to save 30%. Tony even offers a 90-day guarantee. Go to mypowerlife.com or text MUSCLE to 511-511. Text MUSCLE to 511-511 today. All individuals are unique. Your results can and will vary. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
Meet Cheryl.
Hey.
She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Keep it locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports, Xavier Houston.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show. Want to encourage you to go check out The Encouragement Factor. Give me one more inch. You can find my book if you're tuned in on the live stream. All you need to do is click the QR code. If you're tuned in on the radio airwaves, just go to Amazon.com, type in The Encouragement Factor. Give me one more inch. Learn the art of encouragement and author's tip. Book best read as a devotion or in chunks. Figure out what you want to learn, which principle, and dig in on that. We're keeping the conversation rolling. One of the things we were talking about as we were going to break is just the board doing some things his own way. Are you familiar with the good, bad, and ugly segment we do in the fall? Chase, when we do a good, bad, and ugly on Monday, it's kind of look at the good, bad, and ugly. I may have to change what we call it. Let's see what Coach DeBoer had to say when he was talking about the team. I'll let you hear this out. And he makes a statement, and he doesn't say the ugly. He calls it something else. So we may have to play on that as we move into the.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to be real, and that's what I tell our guys, and I'm going to tell our team on a Sunday, after a game, what it was. It's tell the truth Sunday, and we got to be real. And then, when it comes to games, everyone can see it. If you got to be better, or if it was a great day, I think it's usually pretty obvious. And when it comes to practice. We can't just gloss over things ever. We gotta understand where we're at, and we have relationships with each other, so we can be real and hold each other accountable. And today, I thought it was a great practice. Anytime, and every day, there's things to learn from. You learn from the good, you learn from the bad, you learn from and your own. And so a lot of that happened today: the good, the bad, the mistakes, and we get to go watch film. We get to talk about it here. Team meeting, and we got there's a positive day. I really feel like we've made the most of every practice since I've been here going back to this spring. Some are obviously going to be better than others. Film, we get to talk about.
All right. Chase, did you pick up on that? I'm going to replay it here in just a second. He said the good, the bad, the mistakes, instead of the good, the bad, the ugly. So y'all tell me, should we just change it to the good, the bad, the mistakes? Let me see if I can pick up where he said that. He talked, and I love this segment, Chase, because he talks about relationships. He talks about trust. He calls it Tell the Truth Sunday, and then he said the good, the bad, the mistakes.
About it here, team meeting, and we got there's a positive day. I really feel like we've made the most of every practice since I've been here going back to this spring. Some are obviously going to be better than others.
Coach,
Yeah.
you're talking about
So, some are going to be better than others. Talk about the games and all that. So I'm looking forward to how he shares with us on Mondays. That's the only negative to the morning practice side of things, Chase, may be that we don't get to hear from him about the prior games with Saban. You kind of had an all day type of thing, and they would put out like the players of the week and all of the good to bad to ugly type of things before the next practice. With the board, they'll be practicing Monday morning, so they'll already be out there. So I wonder if he'll do something for us on Sundays as the media to talk about and to update us. So we'll be watching that as we go. I'm gonna go to a little OT. So if you tuned in on the radio airwaves, we definitely appreciate you joining us every morning there. Today we'll kick over and go to a little OT. Want to circle back on a couple audio things that brought up, but join us over at the Martin Houston Show on Facebook. I also want to apologize to all of those who just tuned in via YouTube. I had failed to connect you guys this morning, so thank you for jumping on after doing so. Chase, anything from day one kind of jump out at you that you want to highlight before we get out of here?
Yeah, I think just seeing Kane Womack in a full like bodysuit, I was like, this man is insane. I don't know.
Was Baloo and Womack in full body suits?
I That's a good question. I don't know. I did see clips of Womack just walking around just screaming, and he didn't seem bothered by it at all in the hot, humid weather.
Well, he's the guy that's from South Alabama. So he's the guy that's, at 9 o'clock in the morning, he's probably thinking, oh, man, this is air conditioned, right? He's used to being out there at 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock when he was the head coach down at South Alabama. So I know that they mentioned about Baloo being in a full warm up. Ryan mentioned it as well. But hey, we'll get to hear from him today and defensive players today. That's just it's crazy. We got to get used to this. Yeah, we're talking to a defensive coordinator and defensive coaches today instead of what bowl game. So it'll be interesting to get their take. Hey, I appreciate you guys being a part of the program with us this morning as we wrap up this hour of the show. Thank you for tuning in. We will have an OT segment this morning. So if you're on the radio airways, just jump over and follow facebook.com /The Martin Houston Show, and we'll add you in. Hey, this has been Thursday edition of the Martin Houston Show powered by Box Eye Care. 205-342-0660, 205-342-0660, or you can go to boxeyecare.com. Stop by and see them at their new location right there off of Oscar Baxter Drive between Med Center and Outback. So they'd love to see you. Great service, different location, but same great service you always got when you went to see Dr. Daniel Box at Walmart. That is boxeyecare.com. All right. We'll be back on the other side with a little OT. Thank you so much for all the callers, listeners, viewers, and chatters for being a part of the program. We appreciate you. And remember this, trust in the Lord always, lean not your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Roll Tide out to everybody. Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show, powered by Box Eye Care. Great day to be with you. One of the big stories all summer, I guess midway through the spring, was the Caden Proctor story. One of the big stories all summer is, what's going to be the deal with this offensive line? So it's here. Let's see what they had to say. He's still, I think, going to be, the big story. Caden Proctor. He is going to be the dude that I think anchors this offensive line from a tackle standpoint. And we've heard about the weight loss, and we've heard about these things. I think some people are expecting to see a small Caden Proctor. Well, that's not going to happen. Let's listen to what Coach DeBoer had to say when he was asked about Caden Proctor, and then we'll talk about this offensive line in just a moment.
Been watching on film, but it feels like he's in really good shape and lean. When you ask people who would have an understanding, Coach Ballou and so forth, it'd be nothing but positive about the progress he's made. Strength and explosive numbers, I know, are up. That's facts, that's real. And then also just the way his body looks, leaner. I mean, he's just so dense and he's got so much mass. He's gonna be big no matter what. So loved his demeanor out there. It's good to have him back. Good to have him here. So.
Yeah. So that, when you hear Coach DeBoer talking about Caden Proctor, and he uses the term lean, not small, lean. Is it the weight? Is the weight only matters when it impacts your ability to perform? For me, it's weird. If you've never been an athlete, this may seem oversimplified or whatever, but you may not believe it to be the case, but I believe every athlete has a premium ideal weight. And the sooner you find that and can maintain it, and it may be a range, right? It may be, 225 to 230, with the middle being the premium spot. And I'll tell you that was my number. My best weight was 228. When I stepped on the field at 228 pounds, I felt like I was my maximum self, meaning I was performing at a high level as possible as a running fullback and as a blocking fullback. But you would think that a 235, 240 pound fullback would be better because I'm bigger, I have more mass and all of that. Or you may think a 220 pound running back would be better because I'd be maybe a little bit quicker or this. But at that 228, I had my maximum mass times speed equals power. Mass times speed equals power. I was my most powerful player, both running the ball and blocking, because my style of run was to break tackles, right? To get short yardage, to move the pile. So, or if I was blocking, it was the same thing. It was to hit that guy, to move him, to dig him out and drive him out of the hole. Well, listen to what Coach DeBoer said. He said he's lean. And he said you'd have to ask people who saw him last year about whether he improved in some of those things. But what I can tell you is that he's lean, but then he says all of his strength, listen to that, his strength and explosive numbers are up. His strength and his explosive numbers are up. That's what you want to hear if you're watching Caden Proctor. You want to hear that, yeah, he's dropped weight, but you don't want him to drop that weight and lose power and lose strength. You don't want that. You don't want him to get to a point where, yeah, he's smaller, he's more agile, but he can be pushed around. The other side of that is you want him to lose enough weight that he can be explosive. Now that explosive goes two ways. Is that explosive talking about moving in space backwards, or is it talking about in the run game, or both? And I'm hoping that translates to both, that he's able to get out of his stance and backpedal and set up quicker, because that's where he would get beat at a lot of times. When you had an extremely fast guy, they just take the edge and, just run by him, or they would take the edge, get him backpedaling, and then change direction and go underneath because they got him to kick back too far. All of those things. So I'm excited to hear that Caden Proctor is a guy who has lost weight, got leaner, still a big boy. As Coach said, he's dense, he's thick, he's always going to be a big person. And he may never look, and I know this may sound strange, he may never look as quick as, the Cam Robinsons. He may never look like those guys because of his build. He may look slower than some of those guys just because of his body type. But if he's explosive, because he's 6'7", 6'8", whatever it is, massive human being, his kickback can cover more ground, and his change of direction can cover more ground. So when he makes an adjustment, if he can do that explosively, then it means that he can get back there, because of the distance he can cover, but it may not look as pretty. I don't care how pretty it looked with Caden Proctor. I just want it to be where, the young man owns the edge of the offensive line. And there was a follow-up question to that, and we'll probably get that over on the main show on tomorrow, talking about, what's happening in terms of the offensive line and their importance. It is absolutely mission critical that this offensive line be dominant. And we know that the center of the line, the interior part of the line, pretty solid. But if Caden Proctor can do his thing, Alabama is going to do okay this fall. And so with that, I don't know if you heard Ron Fowler's show. Have you jumped out to unrealistic expectations in day one? Maybe. Ryan, of course, saying that after a 15, 20-minute viewing period, that if this team doesn't win a national title, it's going to be a disappointment. Is that the case for you? Very well could be. I mean, you very well could be one of those that thinks that this team is absolutely destined for greatness, and I'll be okay if this team starts hearing about how good they can be. I don't buy. I know. I think sometimes Pat is worried about being too positive. Right now, I think the Lank shirt mindset still applies to this Alabama team because for whatever reason, a lot of people are taking their expectations and lowering them for the Crimson Tide. So I'm okay with that. But the question is, will this team bond together? And everything I'm hearing, everything that's being said, everything that's coming out is that everybody that's covered Alabama for a while, they're saying we've never seen this type. They've not seen this type of engagement and fun and atmosphere. And so with that, I have to ask the question, without a doubt, will this team, as they come together as one, will they take the talent that they have, which is off the charts, the length that's out there, you know, as a internalized motivation, then they're just unity. I mean, just how unified they are. Will they take that and just make this a special, special year? I'm believing that. I'm already in on the bandwagon. Bold prediction. This team is, I've been saying it all summer. This team is definitely going to the college football playoffs, and I don't think they squeak their way in. I think that they get the job done. And it's happened numerous times, and where a first-time guy comes in and manages to ignite some passion and go undefeated. I'm really close to making the bold prediction, guys, that Alabama goes undefeated. Is it too early for me to do that? Is it too early for me to go ahead and put this team, with the crazy schedule that they have, that this team goes undefeated? Maybe regular season undefeated. Everybody on their schedule, they have beaten, and they can beat. And I think we got a ball coach, guys. We have a ball coach, and I'm gonna close with this particular set of audio about our ball coach, and let this sink in, because I think it matters, guys. If you listen to his press conference yesterday, over and over and over, he talked about relationships. Relationships. He said, we have relationships. I can be truthful with these guys. I can be hard on these guys. I can hold them accountable because I have relationship with them. So here's Coach DeBoer. This will be the last audio we'll have for today. We'll be back on tomorrow at our normal time to keep the conversation rolling. Invite you to get in on it. 205-342-9904 is the hotline that you'll be able to join us at on tomorrow. But here's Coach DeBoer. Listen to just listen to the way he handles practice, and why I think with the length, the talent, the leadership of the players, and this dude right here leading the charge, why Alabama is going to be a tough out. And I'm about ready to say go under.
Yes. If I'm going to expect that I have a relationship with all of them, I need to really be able to get around, and they need to see me, and that I care about their progress, and can coach them up, and sitting in the meeting rooms with them, knowing exactly the details that they're being taught, so I can emphasize it to them as well. And when they come up and see me in my office, it's not just general conversations, and it's we can pop on the film and really talk through, because I know what's being taught. I know the reps, and we have that relationship, and that's, to me, part of what I feel is a strength of myself and the staff, is us all working together, us all the players just feeling like, man, coach isn't just caring about this position or that position or that side of the ball.
This is kind of a
wow, guys. We're gonna pick that conversation up tomorrow. I think this is Coach DeBoer talking. I think this is a strength of myself and this staff, and the players saying that Coach doesn't just care about that group or this group, but he cares about all of us. Was that a shot at Saban? Was that whole audio clip there a shot at Saban? Unintentional. I don't think DeBoer in any way was saying, "Hey, I'm taking a shot," but it shows the stark contrast between the two coaches, and I believe that is the ingredient that it wasn't say all a rising tide floats all ships. Well, when you have an entire staff that is about relationships, that is about meeting the players, getting to know the players, He said when he sits down with them, because he visits them at practice, he visits the different position groups in the meeting room, then he's able to sit down, and when they come into his office, it's not a general conversation. He can turn on the film and they can have a full-fledged conversation about what's going on. We're going to dig deeper into that tomorrow. And we invite you to come back and join us tomorrow at 6 a.m. Right here on the channel you tuned in on. But if you want to follow throughout the day, and especially as the season gets closer, I do more. Let me see what was I say. I do more posting and interaction with you over on Facebook at The Martin Houston Show, The Martin Houston Show on Facebook. So make sure you follow there, and then you'll be able to stay connected as we go throughout. So we'll be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, 6 a.m. to get things rolling. And Curtis Moore, the second, gave me a great topic. I'm going to make that a topic of conversation on a Free for All Friday. That for the first time in a long time, there's only a couple guys on this team that have a national title. Has that created a hunger in this program that we've not seen in a long, long time? And is that also contributing to the crazy amount of energy and excitement around this program? We'll talk about it on tomorrow. We appreciate you. And hey, remember, go check out the Legacy Collection. Get your officially licensed, co-branded Alabama swag. The Legacy Collection, premium jerseys, the Make Fullbacks Great Again collection, and then just general Martin Houston branded, co-branded gear with Alabama. If you're tuned in, and you are right now, of course, if you're listening, just click the QR code. If you want to go and type it in and you don't know how to do the QR code thing, all you have to do is take a picture of it, open your camera, not take a picture, open your camera. It'll pop up, and you just click that button. It'll take you right to athletesthread.com/collections/Martin-Houston. And by the way, guys, I'm going to be rolling out a contest where I'm going to give away some free swag. But you'll have to participate to get it. All right. I'll tell you more about that as we get closer to kicking that off. Thanks for being a part of the show. Remember this, trust in the Lord always. Lean not your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Roll Tide, everybody.